In just a few hours, the Colorado Rockies will be walking out of this dugout for the first time this season, hoping to give the Coors Field faithful something to cheer about in 2016.
From the gridiron to the links, it's time for KGNS Sports.
The Laredo Heat took a little bit of a break earlier today, just long enough for the 19th annual Fishing Derby to go down over at Lake Casablanca. All right, thanks a lot, Ryan. Two teams that came off their bye a week ago right here taking the field tonight, United versus United South. Let's start over here with United South head coach Sergio Salinas. And coach, before the season started, you said it was a process before you guys had to worry about that playoff streak, win streak that you guys want to end. You said it was a process. How's that process going so far this season? Hopping on the next flight, let's head on down to Rio for your KGNS Sports Olympics Roundup. Now in 2010, you had that interim tag removed. You wanted to be a head coach. You got the job in 2010. Now it's been 6 years. How proud are you of your program now? What do you see out of your program 6 years later? And in that second half, a couple turnovers, a couple miscues. There was also a ejection as well on the Cigarrolas side, so maybe some tempers flared a little bit for the Toros. And so a 30-point loss. It's their 5th straight loss, as I just mentioned. And so we'll see if the Toros can bounce back next week. But tonight, a tough loss out on the road, 2 hours south here in Rio Grande City. Reporting live from Joe R. Sanchez Stadium, Anthony Rodriguez, Friday Football Fever. Back to you. I know Game of Thrones is tonight, and I'm as big of a fan as any of the show. But the real battle for the throne is tonight at Oracle for Game 7. Week 7 rolling along strong here on Friday Football Fever. To the out-of-town squads we go now. Just 2 of them were at home in Week 7. Hey everyone, it's Anthony Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us right here at KGNS Sports, live from Shirley Field. And I gotta tell you, it was an exciting ball game. What went down right behind me. Nixon with a big-time victory over Sharyland. Let's go ahead and show you what went down. It was an exciting one. Let's roll those highlights. 3 weeks. That's all that's left until the start of the high school football here in Laredo. And fans of the UISD football teams will soon have a chance to make sure that they are in attendance. We're under 70 minutes away from our game of the week. United taking on South San. And here to help me break down the game, United head coach David Sanchez. And coach, you guys lost week 1, but you guys have 3 straight wins now. You guys are definitely trending upwards. How have you guys rattled off these 3 wins, and how have you guys been on the upwards? A huge game against Del Rio coming up. Sole possession of first place in the district is on the line. What's this game mean to you, your staff, and your entire team? And today the Lemurs had their game canceled. Severe weather projections postponed today's game. That leaves 2 games left in the regular season, and the Lemurs and Wingnuts play them both tomorrow. Back on Friday Football Fever, United South dropped a tough one last week to open up their season. They'd hope to bounce back tonight. We roll on with Week 9 in high school football right here on Friday Football Fever, and I got a fever. The only prescription is more football. To the out-of-town squads now. Hebronville is looking to make it 3 straight wins. They put up 63 points last week, taking on Skidmore Tynan this week. The Bobcats are very quick running the offense. First quarter in the red zone, they get up to the line, snap the ball lightning quick, but the Longhorns defense reads this one all the whole way. Jace Alvarez and Ithel Carrillo in on the tackle, but the next play, Bobcats running back Dylan Scott, he's going to get the handoff, and he is off to the outside, and he's going to go in for 6 easily on the far side of the field. PAT no good, but the Bobcats open up the scoring at 6-0. Under 3 to go in the first quarter. We're all knotted up at 6 now. Longhorn defense going back to work. Steven Moreno passes to Connor Dre Leon, but Ivan Perez is right there to break it up. Great read by the sophomore. Second quarter, same drive for Skidmore Tynan. The quick give is going to be to Marshall Martin, and Martin uses that speed, and he's off to the outside. Bobcats take the lead. It's now 12-6 Tynan. A couple minutes later, though, Hebronville, they're going to strike back. Oscar Salazar, he's going to get the handoff, and you're going to see here he's going to go off to the left side, and he is gone. That is going to put the Longhorns up 14-12. This one just went final not too long ago. Hebronville takes it over Skidmore. Final score 40-18. That's 3 straight wins for the Longhorns. Let's head over to Major League Baseball. Rangers hosting the Tigers. Texas trying to get that series win. A.J. Griffin on the mound for the Rangers. It would not be his day, but it would be Ruben Odor's day in the infield. Steals a base hit from Andrew Romine. Someone book a flight on Air Odor. Look at that grab. Good grab. Unfortunately, that would be just about the only highlight on the Rangers' day. It would be scoreless through 3 innings. But in the 4th inning, here come the Tigers. Man on for Victor Martinez, and oh boy, this one's high and deep to right field. This one ain't staying in the ballpark, folks. V-Mart's 21st of the year puts the Tigers up 2-zip. Top 7, it's 3-0 Tigers. Ian Kinsler now. Goodbye. We call that a no-doubter, ladies and gentlemen. Kinsler goes yard with his 22nd. Tigers make it 4-0. Still top 7. Tigers just not want to let up with that long ball. Man on for J.D. Martinez, and come on, man. Fans get another souvenir in left field, but the Rangers faithful not too pleased at this ball and puts their squad down 6-0. Top 9. Oh, why not? Let's get Miggy Cabrera in on this home run bonanza. Solo shot, opposite field. See you later, alligator. Cabrera's 27th of the season with the 4 long balls. The Tigers blank the Rangers 7-0 and take 2 of 3 from Texas. Rangers stay home to begin a 3-game series with Oakland starting tomorrow. Week 8 in high school football was not only a good week for some squads making their mark in district play, but it gave us another great week in the best of the best plays. Here's the Week 8 top plays of the week. We kick things off with play number 5. Martin couldn't get going on offense, but their defense was flying all over the field against Roma. Final play of the first quarter. Gladiators try the flea flicker, but the QB gets it, and Joseph Hernandez reads it beautifully. Cesar Jimenez picks off the tip ball. Nice sequence there from Martin. For play number 4, we go to Bruni. John Vela is one sneaky fast guy. Vela is going to get the handoff, and he's going to make a nifty deke to avoid the tackler, and then he turns it up to 11 spinal tap style. Another deke to make his way into the end zone for the touchdown. To play number 3, Freer QB Librado Carrillo's new nickname is the Magician. You heard it right here first. Carrillo is going to look like he's going to go down in the heap of players here, but Carrillo somehow emerges and he takes off to the right side. Carrillo is going to be in for the touchdown. The Magician for play number 3. Alexander had a big bounce back game against LBJ, and for play number 2, Bulldogs wideout Dante Swain's got himself some good hands. The throw from Eduardo Huerta, what a snag by Swain, slow-mo worthy. Swain's TD catch is play number 2. And for play number 1, we go back to the Freer Ben Bolt game, and the top play is going to be Ben Bolt, Brandon Adams. Bruni's going to try to take the ball away from Adams, but you cannot have it. Have the spin move instead. One of the prettiest spin moves I've ever seen. Adams and his nifty moves lock up the number 1 spot on the Week 8 top plays of the week. Top 7, it's 5-2 Jays, and this play pretty much sums up the Astros' luck in the ballgame. Bregman fouls this one over near the Astros dugout. Russell Martin not only makes the excellent play to make the snag, but he does a barrel roll in the process. Toronto tacks on a couple more, and they take a final score of 9-2. To the City of Angels we go, some Cowboys football, folks. Rams back in L.A. playing the first NFL game in Los Angeles in 21 years. Did not take long for the first score in this ballgame, but it did not belong to the hometown Rams. First play in the game's kickoff. Lucky Whitehead, first off, what a name. Second of all, what a run. Whitehead barely gets touched, and Whitehead is gone. First play for the Rams in Los Angeles, and it's a score against L.A. 101 yards on the kickoff return, and Whitehead crosses the goal line. Cowboys open up the score and go up 7-0. With a solid week of football in the books, we had some exciting matchups in volleyball on this Saturday. Let's kick things off over at LBJ, where we had an all-Laredo matchup between the Wolves and the Longhorns. This afternoon's game was a district opener for both of the squads. Let's pick things up first set. A nice block at the net will give the Wolves an opportunity to set up. Tanya Casher with a step to the left side. Danielle Gill with a strike in the middle of the Longhorn defense for the kill. Puts the Wolves up 3-1. United now up 7-5. Easy dig here for the Longhorns. Jasmine Salvador with a quick setup. And Violetta Guerrero with a quick laser that falls for the point. Puts United up 3. United now up 19-7 in the first. But play of the set will go to LBJ's Tanya Castro, who's significantly smaller than United's Arzuaga. But it's Castro who impressively wins the joust at the net. LBJ cuts the United lead to 11. But it's the Longhorns who come away with a victory in straight sets. United's Acela Murillo has 18 kills in the match. And it's the Longhorns who get that first win in district, while LBJ falls to 0-1 in district play. I present to you the future. If you love social media and you love sports just like me, you're going to love this. Starting this fall, Major League Baseball games and National Hockey League games are going to be live streamed on Twitter. It's not clear which games will be on the Twitter machine, but you won't even need a Twitter account to watch the games, and it'll be absolutely free. Twitter already announced earlier this year the National Football League Thursday night football games will be live streamed on the social media platform, and now we also get some MLB and NHL. Laredoan youth basketball player Matthew Oliveira is a talented young athlete, so talented that he's going from competing in Texas to competing in the Big Apple. Most 12-year-olds playing basketball are just breaking into playing competitively. But for 12-year-old Laredoan Matthew Oliveira, he's been ahead of the curve ever since starting young.
You know, he started off young playing, outside just like any other kid.
Yeah, I was really little, and I watched the Space Jam movie, and then I just watched that. I'm like, hey, I could do that. I want to be like Mike.
But Matthew will have a chance to do something even the great Michael Jordan didn't do at 12 years old: win a Junior NBA Skills Challenge National Championship. After winning his age group in Laredo and winning his age group at regionals in Houston, it's now on to New York City for Matthew for the Junior NBA Skills Challenge National Finals.
This is my first time doing it, and just playing basketball and getting just to go there just for doing what I like to do is pretty awesome.
Matthew has been working hard on his skills, and he's ready for the big stage.
He's got his game on. His skills are sharpened. You know, he can dribble, you know, excellent. He can shoot from anywhere on the court, you know, make threes, no problem. And his free throws are excellent. So all the practice is paying off.
And Matthew feels the pride of how cool it is to represent where he came from.
Just representing here and being up there for the United States, representing here, that's pretty cool. It reminds me like pretending I'm an Olympian. It really makes me proud.
And his parents are feeling that pride for their son.
I'm already proud of him. Just, you know, getting this far is a big deal. If he wins, that's going to be the cherry on top. But, you know, me and my wife are already really proud of him.
Matthew recognizes that without his parents' support, he wouldn't be where he's at.
I don't drive the car to all the places. I didn't teach myself how to play. They're like the basic steps for me, the building blocks. They're gonna back me up. They're my boosters, and I couldn't do it without them.
Matthew and his father will get to attend the 2016 NBA draft on their trip, and if Matthew can top it all off with a national championship, that would make it even sweeter.
To have him win, you know, come back here locally, you know, tell everyone that, you know, you don't have to come from a big city to win, you know. All you need to do is dedicate yourself to your passion, and if you want it, you know, you can do it, you know. Just prepare to succeed, and you can get it.
A good portion of Jesus' family lives across the border and doesn't see him play, but the connection he holds with them through his Christian faith is what keeps Posada going. United South Star senior running back Jesus Posada is on his way to another 1,000-yard season, but football doesn't define Jesus.
One of the things you learn as a Christian is that to always have faith in God, and no matter what happens, God always has a plan, and I just keep going with it. I just keep having faith every day.
Jesus' Panthers tenure has been filled with injuries, but it's been his faith that has gotten him through it.
When adversity hits, when the pain is there, when your body tells you no, when you think you're about to lose, that's when you have to have the most faith. You still gotta believe, you still gotta fight, because when you have faith, you never give up. You can't give up because you know something great is going to happen. You just got to keep believing in yourself and what's around you.
A lot of Jesus' family lives in Nuevo Laredo, including his grandma, Jesus' main inspiration for living his life by God's lead.
Christianity in my family started with my grandma. She goes by the name of Mama Lupita. She has an orphanage, Caso Gailin. Over there, there's a lot of family problems. Most of her parents can't take care of the kids, but she was there and God led her. Right now, she's taking care of about 100 kids in the orphanage.
And it's those kids that keep Jesus grounded.
When I go visit over there, the kids, they're happy with what they have. They don't have much, but they're happy. They have food every day. They have somewhere to sleep, and they can play around. You start appreciating things a lot more when you're around those kids.
It's been his grandma's actions that carry the most weight.
Looking at what she has done really affected my life. She has taught me a lot of lessons about God, and I just kept learning after that.
His grandma and a lot of his family aren't able to come and see Jesus play here in Laredo, but the strong connection through their family's foundation and faith keeps Jesus going.
Every time I play, I play for them. I never play for myself. I don't play for the yards. I don't play for the touchdown. I don't play for the extra things. I mean, I play for something greater than that. And I play for family, for God, for my teammates. It's not about one. It's about everything around that one person.
The Panthers have high aspirations this season, and Jesus wants to lead the way.
I want to be a great leader. I want to lead this team on. And they know I will give everything I have for them.
The Alexander Bulldogs may have one of the biggest turnovers in terms of new key personnel in 2016, and no bigger turnover than the one under center. Exit last year's sophomore starting quarterback Ezekiel Koss and enter another sophomore. Matthew Connor will be the new starter at the most vital position.
Well, Matthew's going to be new at the helm, and he's a great coachable kid, and we're just looking forward to him working hard, just giving his best shot at it, and everybody else will take care of it.
Not just a quarterback, but the Bulldogs also lost their leading rusher and receiver from last year's squad, which means the guys a part of this year's offensive unit must step up and take advantage when they have the pigskin.
We just got to be consistent, getting these first downs, touchdowns, making every single one of our offensive drives count. But I have faith in our defense. We got some really good incoming defensive players that really stepped up.
And that Bulldogs defense is facing losses of their own, having lost 8 of the top 12 tacklers from last year's team. But there's no excuses on their side of the ball.
You know, year in, year out, you know, this program, you know, carries a lot of seniors in starting roles, and those things are kind of normal to us. We hope that our JV team from last year bring in some good guys on defense, and, you know, we're expecting some good things out of all the defensive guys.
Every year, regardless how good or bad the offense is, we got to do our job, and we get them the ball in their hands and they score. We go out there, we're stripping, we're hitting. We go out there and we're going to take it from them. It's our job.
The Bulldogs have missed out on the third round of the playoffs for 2 straight years, and despite the losses in key personnel on both sides of the ball, this team's got big-time goals.
I say it's going to be a really good season this year. I have high hope for our team. We're really progressing. We're getting good, and I don't see us taking a step back anywhere.
The only goal is to be undefeated and to get as far as we can in playoffs. That third round, you know, that's our goal, man. That's what we do every year. So we strive for, break that, maybe 4th round. That's all there is to it.
1, 2, 3, go!
Meet Victor Trevino and Samantha Rojo, 2 Laredoans who are no strangers to a high level of athletic competition. Victor, a 13-year triathlete, as well as a certified USA triathlon coach and a certified Ironman coach who has lived in Laredo for most of his life, and Samantha, a 12-year Laredoan who won her first triathlon this year, have both qualified for the USA Triathlon National Championships in Omaha, Nebraska.
It's exciting because you get to share the experience with other people and you can bring it back home and let people know that anything is possible.
Right now, in this moment that I know the magnitude of this nomination, I feel very proud.
It's the first time that 2 Laredoans have qualified at the national championships, and the 2 hope to create a pipeline for Laredo athletes to follow in their footsteps in the future.
You're able to tell fellow Laredoans and you're able to tell Laredo youth that, hey, anybody can do it. I'm from here, you're from here, anybody can do it.
The most important thing that I know is if I could make it, anyone else can make it too.
Victor qualified for Olympic distance and will be heading to Omaha for the competition, while Samantha qualified for the sprint distance and is still working on plans to attend. Both were recognized at City Council tonight with all eyes on the 2 for their great accomplishment.
You know, it's just such a great feeling to actually go out there and represent your hometown.
The national championships are August 13th and August 14th. Congrats to Victor and Samantha on the great accomplishment.